Zanaya.
It's the righteous vigilante Jamon Creek, and you're tuning in to Minds Wide Open.
Hey, yo, check it out. This is Namestream, never mainstream. You're tuning into Minds Wide Open Media.
Shout out to the Florida Vibe Directory. You are now listening to the best playlist in South Florida.
Said the sun don't shine 365.
And welcome back, everyone. This is the Florida Vibe Directory. I'm your host, Adrian Cea. And on today's episode, we got my boy Franchise the Rapper in the building.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man.
Of course, man. Of course. Yo, so tell me. I hear you got a new release in the mix, you know?
I do. I have 3. So I was working on an album, and then I just kept making more songs because it's easier to start songs than finish songs, and it's much more fun to start songs than finish songs. So I just kept making more music, and I have about 20 plus songs that I really am like passionate about, that I feel like fit the realm. So instead of just releasing one project, because nobody cares to listen to that many songs of an artist that is, you know, independent, who's not really has much of a buzz, I decided to break it up into smaller EPs, do multiple music videos for each, and kind of just plot the release that way to gain a little bit more traction and to better be able to tell the story of what I want to tell on each.
Beautiful, beautiful. And what's the name of this release?
So this is actually the first time it's being said. It is The Underdog. So the story of the underdog. And that's kind of how I felt my whole entire life, being the youngest of 3. Moving from New York at a young age to Pennsylvania, into a town where it was very much just people that were from Pennsylvania and from that town particularly that never really left that town. And so they were very judgmental. So having to gain footing there, and then coming down to Celebration, Florida, a town made by Disney, where the people are very cliquey and judgmental as well, and having to prove myself. And at that point, coming in as an obese child, trying to prove myself as an athlete, as a person who made music. Yeah, it was tough to kind of make that transition, but every time I felt like that was kind of the chip on my shoulder that I had, and I always wanted to prove myself, and hence the reason for The Underdog.
The Underdog. I love the title.
Thank you.
It's been a long time coming from what it sounds like.
Yeah. I started October 2020, and since then I've probably made close to 100 songs total. In this vein for the project, so it's been a lot.
Wow.
Yeah,
a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
And do you typically do this within your own studio? Like, what does the process look like for you?
Yeah, so for me, it's I record, mix, master everything myself. So for me, it's I go on YouTube, I find producers that I like, and sometimes that takes, a couple weeks to find like that one guy that I'm really like hooked on. And when I find that producer, I then kind of dive into that producer, and I'll go on their BeatStars, or I'll go onto their website, and I'll go through all their beats. And once I finish making, 10, 15 songs, I'll go through again, see if there's any other beats, and then it's on to the next one. And then there's enough time in between so I'll shout some of them out just for the fact that I feel like they deserve some credit. So there's a guy, Morrow from Houston, and then GMP out of Great Britain. Those are 2 of the main guys that started the project for me, and they don't even know it. But I mean, like, I've talked to them via email and whatnot, but like, they don't know me. So yeah, they kind of started it, and now because you just heard the album, the last couple of songs are actually that I just recorded are now Morrow again, because it's been a few months since I went to his beats, and now he's made new beats, so now I can go back and do that similar process again.
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
Sweet. And I think you're the first artist I've talked to here that's actually worked with remote producers in a sense, I don't really know them, but I fucked with what they put out, so I just reached out.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible. It's very, very powerful.
It's the internet. And it's a wonderful place.
Taking advantage of the internet.
It's a wonderful place.
Hell yeah, man. So about The Underdog, tell me how many songs do you got on it so far?
So right now it's 3 6-song projects, and then I'm working on a deluxe to kind of put the best of the 3, and then the ones that didn't quite fit the 3 topics that I was kind of touching on. And that's right now there's about 4 or 5 on that as well. So altogether, 22, 23 songs right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and we're still going. I'm still making more music, so.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun.
Yeah. You said it was kind of like a 3-part project, right? What made you want to make it 3 parts?
A, the attention span of people, and B, initially it was about 12, maybe 14 songs I wanted to put on because so I fell in love with the UK drill genre a couple months ago, and so I kind of wanted to do a separate whole entire project with that. And I found that those songs, although the sound was a little bit different because it was drill, it was still like the same instruments and it was still the same things that I was talking about. So that's why I kind of put those on there. But as far as the 3 different projects, I felt like people's attention span are so short, and if I can really concentrate what I want to talk about, I can make the visuals and like the color schemes of each project represent more so what I'm saying in each song, rather than making it broad. So for each song, I broke down the first project is blue and red, and everything is like influenced in a way by The Godfather. So like that's like the font on the project. So the blue and red for the first one. The second project is red and black. And then the third project is probably gonna be black and white. And I want to just pick particular colors so that there's something that people can see and visualize and like know that it's me. More like a branding type of thing, to make it easier to understand what I'm going for.
Definitely. So you mentioned colors being such an important part. When you release it, are you going to be releasing it in different stages, or are you going to do it all in one hit?
Yeah, so I'm releasing 2 music videos per project. So right now I have the first music video for the first project done. I'm going to be filming the second music video for that first project within the next couple weeks here. And then I have the 2 for the second project done. The one is completely done. The other one is filmed, but my videographer hasn't finished editing it yet. So I'm trying to like tell the story in different ways. So the first video on the first project, Grinding, the past couple months, June through August, I ran a basketball league. So that whole video is like about the basketball league, and it's like a basketball game, and it's, like got commentators and stuff. The second video, I haven't done that one yet, but the first one on the second project is called Problem, and it's a kung fu video. So it's like just funny. Like I wanted it to be entertaining, like telling a story of like the underdog and keeping that theme, but funny. And the third one, GOMD, it starts with me with a mariachi band, and then it zooms into my eye. You'll be seeing this tonight. And then from there, it takes you into, I'm at a restaurant and I'm going through, first I started as a janitor, then I'm a busboy, then I'm a server, and then I quit. And then at the end, there's like a shift of now I'm back with the mariachi band outside, and the boss that was yelling at me the whole time is now serving me. So it's kind of like a long story short, like,
hell yeah,
this is where I am type of thing. Yeah.
Wow. So you feel like you really personified your life into these, well, the videos and also this album.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. The kung fu has nothing to do with me because I'm terrible at it, but I just thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, like my music has like a positive message, but a comedic feel at times with the ad libs and the things that I say, because at the end of the day, you can't take yourself too seriously.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's where a lot of artists actually get stuck in this, like, I'm not going to release anything because they're just so stuck in this state of seriousness. Like, it has to be perfect, or,
I mean, and that happens to me too, that happens to most people that want greatness or expect. I mean, look at what Kanye just, they're just putting it out for him type of thing. And it's normal for an artist that wants to be great or the best version of themselves, but there's also an understanding of it's never going to be where you want it to be, and it can always be better. And at a certain point, like, it is good. And it is, I feel like what I have is great, and I'm excited to share it because I've spent so much time on it now, and I feel like I've spent enough time away and in touch with myself and trying to figure out where I want to go with the music and with the brand and with everything franchise. And now I'm ready to put these songs out and really like dive into it and give a full experience, because I don't want it to just be, here's my song and that's it. I want there to be more to it, so that people can keep coming back and keep being entertained. And that's why 3 parts will spread out over 6 months or so, so that I can keep people entertained the whole entire time and keep people coming back and wanting more.
Keep them on the hook.
100%. 100%. That's why I've just been loading up content.
So important, man.
That's everything. Content is king.
Content is king.
100%.
So you mentioned you split it up into 3 parts.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like each part has a theme?
Yeah, yeah. So it kind of starts with people doubting me, which is like, the normal story of an underdog. Of there's doubters, especially being a white rapper in Celebration, Florida, and rightfully so in the beginning. Because when I started, as if everybody does, I was not good. I wasn't bad. Like I there was potential, and in my mind, I'm gonna be the best. Like in my head, I'm mad that you guys don't think I'm good or you guys don't see what I have. But looking back on it, I was terrible. I was not talented. So that first album is kind of that place of like painting that picture and telling that story. The second album is I'm at a place now where I'm very confident in who I am, and all the people that were saying that stuff that now want to come back and now love me and you're doing great, you're doing it because people were starting to give me recognition in the city and whatnot. I don't got time. I don't got time for that, because it's just not. I know it's not coming from a genuine place, and I know that there's like selfish motives,
reasons behind it.
And the third one, my idea was more so in the future when the rest of the world was on. When everybody else is now seeing it, and it's going to be partially a reflective piece, and partially a celebratory. So it's going to be a little bit of a different vibe from the songs that I have. That one's the only project that's not done because I want it to be more so that uppity vibe. I want it to be more exciting than anything, so that it's not as aggressive as the first two. Because the first two, I'm kind of coming at the people that doubted me. But like my main audience is males, and I know what I'm going for. I'm going for that uplifting, motivating music, and a lot of that is stuff that you would work out to, and I want my music to be aggressive in that kind of a way. Getting my point across.
Definitely. I've heard it. You gave me the sneak peek into the album. And
First
I got to listen through it.
You're the first person.
Yo, very thankful for that because it is fire.
Thank you.
And when the people hear it, they'll understand. They'll get it.
Yes, sir.
One thing I did notice is that success and achieving it is a strong driver here, right? What has that meant to you? Like, what is that your visualization of success is?
I mean, success is everything since a child. I mean, my goal as a child, something that like kept me up at night when I was 5 years old, 6 years old, was getting my name in a textbook. That was like, I made it because, you're a kid in school and you're like reading about people in history. And at that point, I'm afraid of death. So I'm like, how can I live forever? And if I'm so important that I'm in a history book and they're talking about me, that is immortality. In my mind as a child, and that's kind of where it was, and so putting that into words now, or how I will get there, I would like to be an entertainment mogul, and that's kind of where I'm going towards, and that's why my music, although lyrical and serious, has the whimsical notes to it, because I don't want it to just be one branch of hip hop. I want to be able to do Little Dicky-esque things or Eminem-esque things in a way where like I'm just talking mad shit, just talking whatever the fuck I want, because it doesn't matter at the end of the day, like. You can take me seriously as a person, but you don't have to always take my art seriously. Like I can say outlandish things, and there's nothing wrong with it because it's just words.
Of course.
Like, we shouldn't be taking that seriously. But on top of that, too, the basketball league was kind of a step in that direction as well, because I filmed everything and edited all the games myself, commentated the games myself.
Tell me a little bit more about that, because the audience, just getting to meet you.
Yeah.
What does basketball mean to you?
My oldest brother, Anthony, he started a tournament in 2013. And since then, we've done 13 of them. And they were called the Selly Games. And so it was 4 different teams, him the red team, me the blue team, hence the reason that the first project is blue and red, because, basketball.
Okay.
So red, blue, and then the other two teams always interchanged, and we kind of they were just there, and they would win. In the beginning, the black team won 4 times in a row. So it was always like, our selfishness bit us in the ass at the end. But regardless, so we did that for a while. And the last one in May, he ran. And the month before, we do the draft. And so we sit there and we have like a whole draft. We film the draft. We got everybody out. And the excitement that month leading up to the tournament, it was a 1-day tournament, 4 days, double elimination. And everybody just was coming out to ball every day. We have 25 people out. Everybody was like excited every single day leading up to the tournament, and we had competitive basketball. So like 2 weeks after that tournament, I was like, all right, I'm going to make a league because I want this to now be all summer. Like If people are that serious when it's like this, imagine if a whole entire season's on the line. So I kind of got screwed because I rolled my ankle right before the season was supposed to start. So my intention kind of got messed up, and people really didn't play much except for when we did it. But we did it throughout the summer, 6 weeks of the regular season. I did an all-star game, 3-point shootout, and then we had the all-day tournament like we normally do. And it was great, man. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, every week having 30 to 40 people out there filming everything. Everybody was really excited. Just grateful for the fact that so I would film. I would have my girlfriend and my brother and whoever else would grab a camera or a phone, and they would film everything from multiple angles, and I would edit everything, commentate, do the stats. So there was like full stats for the whole entire season. There's everything, and people loved it. People watched all the game film. People took it really seriously. And so they're very excited for the next season. Supposed to start end of November, but things are kind of up in the air right now. So I'm not really sure if it's going to start end of November, but I might just do a shorter season and do it in that time while people are home.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. So, obviously you're very passionate about basketball.
Love it.
How has this played a role into your music?
Competition, man. Sports is everything. I went to school for sports and exercise science. That's what my degree is in. So for me, like being an athlete, competition and hip hop play hand in hand. Sports and hip hop play hand in hand.
Yeah.
Everything that I do in sports or music, I don't want to say that, but is to be the best. You know what I'm saying? Like I was gonna say to be better than everybody else, but like I'm not better than everybody else at basketball.
Yeah.
I can admit that. Rap, I can compete with the best people, and I firmly believe that. But basketball is a little bit different. But amongst my people, I like to be the alpha in that way. Like I want to be the best player on the court. And although my competition isn't LeBron James, we still have fun with what we have.
Word. I can see it. In seeing who you are today, right? And knowing who you were in the past, what can you speak on that? Because I think it was a big role in the Underdog Part 1. You mentioned growing up and being someone completely different as a kid.
Yeah, being a fat kid moving into a new town, I was highly self-conscious. You were never really overweight, but when you're overweight and your shirt's tight and you're like you feel judgment. Even if people aren't you really feel judgment. And I still to this day have that in my mind. There's still like my wife beater right now is tight onto my skin, and I can feel it in my head. I know it's there. I still think I have love handles. Those permanent things will always remain. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully that's something I can overcome. But I think just proving that this isn't my peak and this isn't where I'm going to be, and I'm going to be this big success because that's what I always believed. Was the end goal. And it was never I don't know, I always wanted to prove that, and I always had some kind of chip on my shoulder in that regard. I was always the friend-zoned guy. I was never really getting girls in high school, and then college it was like a whole different game, and I leveled up, and then now it's a completely different game. But
whole another game.
Yeah, and that's just part of life, because I knew that my prime was not high school, and I knew that my prime was not college. But I understood that while I was there. Although frustrating, I understood, because I would see the kids around me that were thriving. And I was like, all right, I'm jealous. I'm jealous for sure. I'm jealous. But I know 25, 27, 30, 35, 40, whatever it is, I'm going to be successful. And I'm going to be happy and healthy, and none of this shit matters. And I knew that. And that's why I continue to work towards it. Because I've only gotten better looking in time. And a lot of people have gone the opposite way because they don't take care of themselves.
Yeah.
In many ways. I drink my body weight in water every single day. I am very cautious of what I eat. I'm very cautious of how I treat myself and my body and my mind. And those things matter.
Big time.
So, that's like a huge difference in who I was then to now. Then I was the butter eating champion of 5th grade, if that puts it into perspective for you.
It does.
So that's the kind of kid I was. Competitive, but in a way that was more whimsical and didn't really care, or didn't really have the knowledge or self-awareness of who I wanted to be.
I see. You mentioned a big part right here was, you have undeniable doubt that by the time you're in your 30s, 40s, you're going to be the success that you know yourself to be. Is that why the Underdog 3 is the way it is? Why you envision it being written the way it is?
arrogance or cockiness it is, I'm hoping that by the time the third one comes out, I'm there.
Gotcha.
You know, because then
Gotcha.
it's like real life. I'm like, this is what happened. You know, that's what I would like. And in order to do that, it's going to take some good marketing and branding, and that's really the key because the music's there. 100%. I've heard terrible music that is way more popular than mine from people that I know.
Right.
You know, and so I got it. I have confidence in that. So I'm hoping the third one is out when I'm at that point and people can hear a new style. And then if they don't like that new style, that's okay because then the deluxe will come back and I'll have songs that sound like the first and the second that they haven't heard yet. And they'll be able to hear that in a new way. And I have some new like, I mean, auto-tune type things that I don't normally do, I have on that other project as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Really your experimentations and pushing those boundaries.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because why not?
Yeah, of course. It's very important.
Yeah. And it's great being able to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
Because there's no like fear of failure or rejection when I'm singing in a room alone. You know?
Yeah.
Only thing is like it sucks. All right, next song.
Yeah.
That's it. But there's no rejection. There's no like I don't feel judged. I don't feel like I'm wasting somebody's time who's engineering me. You know, like I'm doing it myself. If I can't hit the note, I can do it 50 times.
Right.
And if I still can't hit the note, all right, maybe another day.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah. Not today, but later. You'll definitely
Yeah,
get it.
at some point.
Hmm.
At some point.
So I want to get a little bit into the nitty gritty of the album, right? So I was able to get the track list of the Underdog, and I have some songs here I just want to talk more about. One that I really loved was "Grinding" on the Underdog Part 1. Tell me a little bit more about that song.
So as I mentioned earlier, the UK drill scene is like huge impact on me right now. So there's a dude named Central C, and he blew up over quarantine, and he's like a big proponent of the branding type thing. Where that's kind of like part of the reason why I'm heavy on it right now. But he made a song called "Loading," and that's like one of his biggest songs, if not his biggest song. And this beat was made by the same guy. Actually, this beat's not, but Zell, the producer of Grinding, is a producer that produces for a lot of these guys, and they use the YouTube beats, and you'll hear the tag. So I went through his beats, and I found that beat, and that beat was just automatically spoke to me, and I made that. And his song is like loading. So every day I wake up grinding. It's a form of flattery in a way because I appreciated what he's doing, and that's really like homage to him at the same time, like letting out my. I don't know how to word it, but just kind of letting people know how I'm spending my days.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, you're on this grind and you know what's up. And
100%.
That's why you can feel the intensity in the song.
Yeah.
Right? Actually, you have a line in it that I loved, but I want you to clarify a little bit. You said daily habits to clear the
madness.
The madness.
Yeah, that's the outro. Daily habits, my daily habits to kill the madness.
Yeah.
I mean, because your daily habits, and I'm like huge on this right now, but your daily habits are what makes you, you know? Like what you do every single day is you. That is who you are. You can say anything you want, you can be anything you want, but at the end of the day, you are what you do every day.
That is the truth.
Yeah. So your daily habits, and I have toxic traits as everybody else does that I'm working through as a 25-year-old man. And my daily habits, like they need to be perfect. And that's the way that I can cure myself from going crazy. And that's kind of where that was, you know, like, because I drive myself crazy when I'm not at a point of success or happiness that I should be at or that I feel I deserve. And the only way I'm going to do that is step by step, building bricks, you know, laying
One
the
by
foundation.
one.
Exactly. And that was the point of that.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Because when I heard that, I'm like, ooh, that bar is hot. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Awesome, brother. So I also wanted to talk about Way Too Much. Okay. So what struck me different about this song is that you included a quote in it, right? By Napoleon Hill.
Yep.
Why did you do that?
Because I had been big on those books. I was watching a Russ interview. Russ is another person that I admire, look up to. And he said 4 different books that you need to read. And he said the seven steps of spiritual success, I believe. I forget all the 4. But the 4th one was Think and Grow Rich. The Alchemist was another one. I forget what the 4th one was. But this is from Think and Grow Rich. And when I read that quote, I was just like, this is the quote. Like this is I love this quote, and I had just been having to work on way too much at that time. So I'm like, it just really resonated with me that you're playing against time and you're playing against a partner that will not tolerate indecision. And like your decisions need to be made right now, and I need to do these things right now. And I make quick decisions frequently. And there's a quote that I love that successful people make up their mind quickly and change their mind over time. That is one of my favorite quotes, and it's something that I live by.
Shit, I like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's facts.
Yeah.
Because and we had this discussion yesterday, your gut knows when you want to do something or you should be doing something, your body knows. And when you follow that, it leads to in the right way. When you ignore it,
Consequences.
So that was the reason for that.
Gotcha, bro. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. That actually wraps up that song very nicely.
And that's why I put that to
understanding
close
meaning.
the first project, because I feel
see.
like that was a good note to end people with, just a good message to because I feel like the whole project is very motivating and uplifting, and that's like something that they can really write down and hold. And now they can go research Napoleon Hill, and they can go think about Think and Grow Rich and all these things and help their own mind.
I see. Leaving little gems, bro, little breadcrumbs
That's
for
the
the
idea,
people.
man.
Yeah.
That's the idea. Help
like
the
it.
people as I go.
I like it. So you also had the song Welcome Home, right? One thing that really struck me about this song is the hook and the ad-libs, right? So how did you come up with these ad-libs?
Every time I'm in the ad libs, I think of my boy Noah. Shout out Slim. He is just a crazy, sick motherfucker when it comes to ad libs. And so for me, I just let loose. I'll scream. I'll just do whatever I want. Any random noise. I don't care. I do anything that comes to mind, whatever feels right, because most of the times it works, and it just sounds good on the song. There's no rhyme or reason to it, but I don't overthink ad-libs. That is the one part of a song I do not overthink. Now, I've gotten into the habit of doing a lot of takes of ad-libs, and I'll go through and I'll comp and I'll take things out and I'll go as, I don't keep everything because some of the things are completely outlandish. But in the final products, those are picked. Those are particular,
They're on purpose.
yes, for each spot, for sure.
Incredible. And you said, so one thing that you said in Welcome Home was that you are in a league of your own, right? What makes you feel that you are truly in a league of your own?
Because I see how most people my age, our age, think. And they don't want what I want, And so I feel like I'm not even competing with them. Because if they're not going for it, where's the competition?
Right.
If you're not going for greatness, if you're not going for the best version of yourself, if you're not going to be the best rapper and entertainment mogul, we're not even I'm not competing with you right off rip. B, the amount of people that I know in the local Orlando scene, or even the people in the Miami scene or Atlanta or wherever I've gone that I've met artists, I genuinely believe I am way better at rapping. And I feel like I'm in a league of my own. I feel like I've been doing it for 15 years.
Yeah.
I'm 25. Since I'm 10 years old, I've been writing music. I've been recording since I'm 12. So for me, I know that I'm very talented at rap.
Yeah.
And there's only the best MCs in the world that I feel like can rap like me. And that's why I feel like I'm in a league of my own for my peers.
I love that, man. I love the self-confidence. You just know.
At a certain point, I've headlined shows in Orlando. I did shows in Miami. I've done shows in Boca. I performed at A3C in Atlanta. I've seen a lot of amateur artists, and I see that there's potential, and I see me when I was 20 in a lot of these people, but some of them are 30. And there's a huge discrepancy in the amount of time and work that they've put into it compared to what I have.
I see. So that really played a major role in Welcome Home.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
That's why I keep screaming, I'm back. Because I just wanted you, that was the first drill song that I made, and I hadn't made a song in a little bit because I thought the album was done. And I hadn't made a song in a couple of weeks at that point. And this was going to be a whole new project that I was making. So that was going to be the Welcome Home, the first song on that new project. But then I was like, all right, I'm gonna combine everything and just
See
start
where it
releasing
goes.
stuff. Yeah.
Cool. Was it hard to make your first drill song?
No,
No.
that was so much fun. Yeah, it was so like I just now started making other songs again, but for 2-3 months, I've only listened to UK drill and made drill music.
That's what's up.
Yeah. It's just I just was infatuated.
Yeah.
I genuinely had a love for hip hop again that I hadn't had in years.
Wow.
Yeah, really, like, it struck me like that. Like, Central C in particular, but Tion Wayne, Dutch Avelli, Stormzy, like, there's a lot of talented UK artists that I had no clue existed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, hearing you say that, that's I feel like it's very major because
It's a big compliment to those guys.
Yeah,
Big
I know
compliment.
you're heavy in only the old school traps, like like
Yeah.
Biggie. You got Eminem, but it's like
You have to be talented. You
Yeah.
have to be able to make songs. And they just have, their voices help because they have unique sounds, but just the whole style in general, what they're bringing is fresh.
Mhm.
It's fresh.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
I love how you've incorporated that also into this album, right? It's like a new sound for
Yeah.
you as well.
Yeah, it's a new sound for me. It's a new sound. I mean, what I made, I genuinely believe is new music, because the drill that we know in America is all about killing and violence.
Right.
That's like how it started in Chicago, Chirac, all that. Even in New York and Brooklyn, it's all about the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You have those select artists that, like Pop Smoke, he did a variety of different drill, and now people are doing R&B drill. And CJ had Whoopty, and there are some songs that are absolutely gas. Like I like US drill too, but UK drill, especially Central C, it brought a different vibe to drill, and it made it less about murder. And although Central C's talking about drug dealing and stuff like that, it's in a more lighthearted way. It's
Gotcha.
not as aggressive. And then what I'm bringing is now a motivational, like you can listen to it and want to be a better person and not just want to kill somebody, but it's still hype. It's still the same energy,
Yeah.
but it's just talking about positive things, which I'm not really selling it well for people that like hip hop, but like it's dope. I think it's dope.
No, that's very dope, bro. Because I think what you feed your brain, you're gonna become.
It's all that matters,
You
man.
know?
Yeah.
If you're just murder, kill, murder.
Yeah.
It's gonna have some effect, bro.
It's
It's
gotta.
not gonna be like
Yeah, it's got to have something.
depressed at some point.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's got to be some negative effect.
Hell yeah. So you also had a song on this part called "Too Small." Why'd you call it "Too Small"?
Because it was too small for the pillow, but I thought that was too long of a name. So that's actually the bridge is sheets too small for the pillow. Basically saying like, I'm not fitting in because the sheet's too small. You can't put the pillow in. Yeah. So that's kind of like the whole entire song. And through that song, I do probably the best job of storytelling about how I got cut from the basketball team in 9th grade. And that kind of like triggered me to practice then every single day I was out there 8 hours a day playing basketball. And now I'm very good. I played semi-pro basketball. So like that kind of thing triggered me to do more, and it pushes me and motivates me. And
Hell yeah.
that's kind of, that song is one of my favorites that I've made. And that was one of the first songs that I made, and it just still is
Stuck.
Yeah, it's fire.
Awesome,
fire.
man. I'm glad to hear your love for it, bro.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. And I wanted to go on to the part 2, actually, of Underdog. You have a song called "The Statement."
Yep.
Right. So how would you explain what you were trying to get across in that song?
So I made that this month, a couple weeks ago. Well, not this month, but I guess August at this point. And it was pretty much, I'd come to the conclusion of what I wanted each project to be about. And so I knew that the second project was going to be about turning the doubters into believers. And so I kind of wanted that song to exemplify that and say that, this is a statement. So you gonna love this, yeah, because it's like, I know that you're gonna like this because I've seen how you're flipping. So this is like the way that I want to let you know that
This is a statement.
Yeah, this is a statement. This is a statement. Yeah.
Cool, bro. Cool. I like that.
Thank you.
And of course, you got GOMD.
Yeah.
Yeah. So What does the GOMD stand for, bro?
As J. Cole once made a song in 2014 called GOMD,
uh-huh.
Get Off My Dick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So obviously inspired by that, and Off D's by JID. Yeah, I mean that song is, I would say, the best song that I probably have ever made. As a matter of like hit wise, like the matter of
Gotcha.
like that people can really like fuck with on the regular,
Yeah.
And that video, as we spoke about, is done. Check the credits. Fuck, that guy's so talented. I'm so excited that I've been able to work with him. But that video is done. That'll be coming out November. So maybe December. We'll see. Something
Amazing.
like that. Yeah. So.
Amazing. What made you want to make that song in particular? Like, was it more so the people just all of a sudden trying to hop on the train now, or?
I wish I knew the moment in time where I was like at when I made that, like the mind stake. I don't remember.
Mhm.
There was in like a sprout of when I made like 4 songs in a day or two. So that was just one of those that I made. It was like I found a new producer and I just started making a bunch of songs to his beats. And that was kind of how that one was. I don't remember what inspired that in particular.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's a fire song. I
Yeah,
will tell
thank
you
you.
that. Yeah.
Thank you.
And in Problem, so you got a song called Problem.
Yes.
On this part, and you have a lot of references, like MJ, Michael
Mhm.
Jackson,
And okay.
and The Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like a lot of culture, like pop culture and things of that nature, have influenced you heavily?
Oh yeah, I mean everybody. That pop culture is life. I mean, particularly The Godfather is something that I look up to. I look up to Vito Corleone, Michael Corleone, not in a sense of like killing people or whatever, but like the way that they are respected and the way that they run things. Like they are very stern with their ways and respected, and that's what I would like to be. So
Hell yeah. So that's influenced also the layout of this, like you
yes,
said.
yes,
you know.
100%. Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah. That was actually the first song that I made.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first one that I made back in October.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really pissed. And I was like, you don't want a problem. And then I just started writing that. And then Fake Love was like the next day. So
Wow.
yeah, both of those were like, I was really pissed. It was good because I hadn't really made my own music in a couple of weeks because I had like just come off of like some trips and stuff. And I made that and I was just like, all right, this is good.
This is it.
Good. Yeah.
Amazing. And when I heard this song, one thing I thought about was it challenging to switch up the flow as much as you did? Because when I heard this song, I was like, damn, he's like, you're killing it with the bars, and then you were like, boom, like you were kind of like doing another cadence, and I was impressed.
Thank you.
It was very cool.
No, I mean, yeah, for me right now, it's not. I think about what I do, but I don't really appreciate or recognize it because it's very normal.
Gotcha.
Like how I rhyme and stuff is just like I know what I would like, so I just do what I would like.
I see.
Yeah.
Was there any song in this 3-part series that you feel gave you the most time into it, or not? I guess a challenge in a way to create.
Can I see the full list? Real
Yeah.
quick? Yeah. The most time. Probably Fake Love, because I wanted to put a second verse on that and I never got around to it.
Gotcha.
But I just love that song and the little singing. I've finessed that so many times to try to get that to sound good because it's like it's a pitch that I can't really hit.
That's not easy, dude. That's not easy at all.
Yeah.
You're going basically a cappella on it.
It'll be interesting when I perform it live.
Yeah, shit.
You guys sing.
Let me hear y'all.
Yeah, please.
Shit, that's so funny, bro. No Time. So one thing I thought was really cool. Who made the beat for this song?
That's GMP. That's a sample though from some dude.
Okay.
Yeah, I never looked into it.
And did you mix the project
yeah.
right after? One thing I love that you did was do like a switch up in the tempo, like a kind of like not like it was like your rewind almost. and then you skipped it right back into the song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it like warped my ears. I was like, what the hell is that? Like,
Thank you. Yeah, there's like little things like that I like to do just to not be boring.
Okay.
Like I try to consciously make those decisions as an engineer to like make sure there's ear candy throughout the verse enough to where like, and then at the same time not do too much because then it is like there's too much shit going on.
Yeah.
There's a heavy balance that takes a few days to really like soak in and understand.
I see. Which song would you say was just like your favorite, overall?
I mean, the one that gives me the most emotion is Grinding. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely. That's as much as GOMD is like the most popular one. Like Grinding's the one for me because it's like it's so motivating. Like it gave me goosebumps the other day. I was listening to it and I was like, I got goosebumps from it, and I've heard it hundreds of times, and it still has that effect on me because it's like it's real, know. And anything is feeling possible. It's just like that moment when that beat hits right there. It's like powerful for me. It's possible,
Feel it.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't know. I do, and that's why I made it.
Hell yeah. That's so what I love about that is which one just like hypes you up. That is your like let's fucking go song,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
On the way to like my tournament or whatever, like that's the song.
That's
the song I'm playing.
So one song I thought in this whole project was very different and I appreciated was On the Road.
Yeah, On This Road.
On This Road.
Mm-hmm.
What made you come up with the concept for that song? Because it's almost like an old timer type of beat.
Yeah,
right?
I'm a huge Sinatra fan, Dean Martin, and like I
Okay.
listen to that a lot. So I'm assuming that in that time was one of those spurts where, because I get in spurts with music where I'll listen to an artist nonstop,
Gotcha.
and that's kind of like I was probably in that mode where I was like Sinatra, Dean Martin, Rat Pack, and that's kind of what came out, and it's as the first time you heard it, you compared it to the Gorillas.
Yeah, I still did.
Yeah.
Even the second time I heard it, I was like,
Yeah.
it sounds like the Gorillas. And I was
Yeah.
like, I said that last time.
I mean, it was just different,
Yeah.
and I feel like it was meant as a transition, like an interlude. And obviously, being a shorter album, it doesn't really have an interlude, but I still feel like it tells the story very well, and it changes things up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Now I want to talk about the Underdog Part 3. So I know you mentioned you don't have the order exactly of how you want these songs, but one song that I loved was Parmesan Chasing, right? That song is, tell me more about Parmesan Chasing, bro.
Parmesan chasing, man. I want all the cheese. I just honestly, I was just messing around because I mean, obviously, I want the cheddar, or I want the, people say different things, and I'm Italian, so you play off of that. So I'm Parmesan chasing, and then I just try to make it as Italian as I could. I'm eating veal because I feel it's my favorite. Like, I just try to put in as much food references as I could, like just try to be as goofy as I could,
Gotcha.
pretty much, and still make it meaningful in the same way, like the little second verse ending outro type thing. Like, lately I've been on time, logging offline, y'all stay on live. I take care of my life, you can get yours, I can get mine.
Yep.
Like that, I still try to like add value to it, but at the same time, I wanted to just make something fun, and that's like a lot of the vibe that I want in that third project is just fun.
I could definitely tell, man. And one thing I wrote down here is like, you do you, and I'm gonna keep doing me, and like that's how it felt. We listened to that song. It's like y'all are keep fucking around. I'm gonna keep growing.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep winning. Like I'm gonna scurry on up, and you go ahead, keep distracting
Phenomenal,
yourself.
bro.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. So where do you see yourself? You mentioned you want to release this in the future, like months from now.
Yeah.
Do you see this build up being obviously a lot of work, right? You got to do a lot of marketing. You got to release a lot of videos. Are you like set on the track that you want to go with it, or do you feel like it's gonna
For the third project?
Yeah.
No, because
Okay.
I'm still making music for that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So it's still in the works, still under construction.
100%.
Gotcha.
100%.
Gotcha.
I have another song that I haven't showed you yet that I really love too,
All right.
and it's completely like it's kind of like Long Time Coming in a long way, in a matter of like the vibe to it, but it's completely different than the aggressive style stuff. That it's called Celebrating Daily.
Celebrating
Yeah,
daily.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so right now I have nothing set in stone for the third project, but the first two projects are locked in, and the videos for the second project are done. First project, I got to film the second one.
Tell me a little bit about the videos.
Yeah.
Have you had any specific ones like already done?
Yeah. So Grinding is the basketball one in
Mhm.
the first project. Blue team versus red team, classic Silly Nation Games rivalry. We have our commentators, Brandon Ash, Tyler Koski, and they intro the video, and then it's the battle of the underdog. I start off missing shots and playing poorly, and then from there we have our turnaround moment when the beat kind of turns around, and now I'm unstoppable, and then I hit the game winner, and everybody goes crazy.
Hell yeah.
And then in the second project, we have Problem, which is the Kung Fu video. And that's a similar story. So at this point, Ashley gets kidnapped. And so now I have to go save Ashley. And I go to where the bad guys are training. And I tell my men, stand down. I approach. I kick the shit out of the three henchmen. I just brutalize them. And then their master comes out. And he comes.
Got a final boss.
And yeah. And Jacob Glassmeyer, the only guy there that knew what he was doing. He's like a master Tai Chi guy. Like he's legit. So he comes out and he kicks my ass. I go back to my master. We train. I come back. I kick his ass. I free Ashley. We leave. So it's like it's more of a that's a
really cool concept.
Yeah, it's a fun story. It just the song is very like it just felt Asian to me.
Yeah.
I don't not in a bad way at all, but like that's just how the beat sounded. So I was like, it'd be fun to do that. So I did it. And then the third one is the mariachi band, Get Off My Dick, GOMD, excuse me. Mariachi band, and then the server story. We had so many different ideas. Me, my buddy Jason Channel, Tyler Koski, and Noah, all of us sat down at different times over a few weeks to make that concept. And things kept going in and out. Initially, because I say, if you want sweet, better go to a parlor. We were going to go to an ice cream parlor. And then things fell out with that. And then luckily, I have an Italian restaurant on lock. So I shot the Michael Corleone video there. They let me go back and shoot this video there too.
Wow.
Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
They take care of us.
Very cool.
And it's funny because I'll go back now. They have no clue who I am.
Really?
Yeah. Same guy. That was like a month ago, 2 months ago. He's got no clue. No clue. My whole family was in there shooting the video. No clue. Not a clue. Shout out Little Italy.
Shout out.
Ridiculous.
So I wanted to cover these last few songs here on the Underdog part 3 that I heard. Epiphany.
Yes.
So what was your epiphany? How would you sum that up? That song.
So I made that earlier in the project. So it was just kind of more to tell the story of like that moment where you realize that, I mean, for what I say, I can go get it myself. Like I don't need anyone's help. And that's when I started to mix, master, engineer myself, edit my own videos, graphic design. Like I do everything myself because I can go get it myself and I don't need your help. And if you don't want to help, that's cool. That's on you. That's your prerogative. If you choose not to help,
not on me.
That's not on me. That's fine. Because I know I can do it. And I'm at a point now where like there's so many people that are willing to help regardless of the situation that it's like, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. Like I've treated so many people right that so many people just want to help. And that's like just being a good person and being nice to people. Karma is like comes full circle.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be a piece of shit, I don't need you. We don't need you. Like, you know, get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of the epiphany.
That's a good epiphany.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah,
Fuck
for sure.
else.
At a certain age, once you're out of high school, once you're out of college, and once you stop looking for other people's approval, you start to notice that. Like, I don't need anyone's help.
Right.
I don't need you particularly.
Right.
There is another you somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about A Long Way, because I loved this song.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
The beat is absolute fire.
Morrow, man. Morrow.
Fire
Don't steal my
beat.
beats. If anybody's watching, don't steal my beats.
Don't do it.
Guy.
That guy knows his beats.
Yeah.
So tell me more about this song, because one thing I I love that you said is I work within myself.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think that
I
was
work within myself.
so, yeah. Was that a big part of that entire song or?
Yeah, I mean, that was this. I was just in the booth trying to do ad libs, and that just came to me as an outro. So it kind of just like, it first came in after the hook, and I was just like, I work within myself, and I was like, it's kind of dope. So then I just kept singing it, and then I made it an outro, and then put it in the middle of the song there. But yeah, I mean, it was just a reflection, and a piece that, I mean, the hook came a long way from a fat kid that you knew back then. Yeah. Yeah. And that was like it. And it was a matter of like understanding, like, this is where I am now. I'm very happy. I put in the work to get to where I am, and that's the only way. There's no way around it. There's no cheat code. There's no anything that you can do except for searching within yourself, doing it yourself, and getting it done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a firm believer in that, and that's what I did to get to where I am now, and where I will go in the future.
Yeah. Beautiful, bro. And the last song I wanted to touch on here was Long Time Coming.
Mm-hmm.
What was your message for the audience in this song?
That I made it, regardless of like what anybody says, like, I made it. And I made that song months ago. And just to see, I know that I'm going to be where I want to be, but a matter of turning people's perception around that had no sort of faith, I already know I won. It's a matter of figuring out how to crack the code to make everybody else know,
Yeah.
But once you turn the perception of people that had zero confidence in what you were doing, you're onto something.
Yeah.
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 And now at that point, it's been a long time coming. It's fuck the world. I'll put my thumb in, like, and that's it. Like, and I'm just fucking everything up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of fucking shit up, we would love to hear you tear up the mic and
do it.
perform a song for us here. So what do you got for us?
We got Too Small. Too Small is the
Okay.
beat. Yeah.
Dope.
So I was hyping it up earlier. I was gonna say I was gonna perform, but
It's
we're gonna
happening.
do it.
It's happening.
All right, let's do it. Never innocent, lit like a cigarillo. I ain't fitting in, she's too small for the pillow. I don't have time to fuck around, let me hold it down, make my family proud. I don't have time for hanging out, what you thinking about? I don't have an interest in hearing. I've been at home engineering, things that I want are appearing, peering through the soul that is steering. I'ma make my own destiny. All those old friends that are dead to me, all those late nights eventually catching up to me. I remember reading Pig at Play, I was in 9th grade. Just got cut from the basketball team, guess I'm gonna go play. Every day get better, as the J got wetter. I gained the respect every city that I entered. Got their attention, but I ain't the center. Wait till I make me a play to remember. I said that I put in my 10,000 hours and 10,000 more. I'm on the floor, they're paying me just so I'll play on the court. Life is too short to have doubts. Do what you love and you'll figure it out. Too many people just chasing the clout. Mind your own business, that's sour like crow. Blow, blow, how you like me now? I'ma eat you up like Kung Pao. I'm a young Mao. Ming ain't a thing but a wing to me. I got plenty of enemies. Try to keep from the energy. Eventually might have to dip to take a little trip. Never innocent, lit like a cigarillo. Might flip the script to see the difference. I ain't fitting in, she's too small for the pillow. Might have to dip to take a little trip. Never innocent, lit like a cigarillo. Might flip the script to see the difference. I ain't fitting in, she's too small for the... I don't have time to fuck around, let me hold it down, make my family proud. I don't have time for hanging out, what you thinking about? I don't have an interest in hearing. I've been at home engineering, things that I want are appearing, peering through the soul that is steering. Skirt!
Hey.
Yes, sir.
We got franchise in the building, man.
Yes, sir.
Recognized, bro.
Yes, sir.
Holy shit. Fire, bro.
Thank you, my friend.
Yes.
Thank you.
You just gave people a little taste of what's to
Thank you.
come.
Thank you, Jed.
And it is
You're the
fire,
man.
bro. So it is great to hear, and I'm glad that we got to talk about this.
Yeah,
bro,
man.
'cause
Thank
this
you.
is- this is
Thank
gonna
you
be
for having me.
Huge release, you know.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited to finally. I haven't put out any music in 2021, so
Wow,
I'm excited to put something out.
this is gonna be the bombshell, man. People don't even know what's gonna hit them.
Yeah. It's a matter of getting it out,
Mm-hmm.
getting it out the right way.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you for joining us, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Before we leave, where can the people find you?
You can find me everywhere at Franchise the Rapper. You know,
At franchise, right there on the shirt, ladies
right there on
and
the shirt
gentlemen.
the whole entire time, making it nice and easy for you. Franchise the Rapper, all platforms. You can Google me, Franchise the Rapper, which is pretty cool because he was asking about that earlier.
Yeah.
So I am a little bit accessible, but if you type in franchise, I'm nowhere to be found. So Franchise the Rapper, you will find me.
Franchise the Rapper, ladies and gentlemen. So go look him up, go recognize, go figure it out. You know where to find him.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you, Minds Wide Open. Thank you,
course.
Luke. I appreciate you guys for having me. You guys are the best. It's been a hell of a time.
One hell of a time, man. So that's all we got for you guys today. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is the Florida Vibe Directory, and we will catch you on the next episode. If you like what you saw, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.
We the best.
Jamar Creek, and you're tuning in to Minds Wide Open.
Hey, yo, check it out. This is Namestream, never mainstream. You're tuning into Minds Wide Open Media.
Shout out to the Florida Vibe Directory. You're now listening to the best playlist in South Florida.